Hi guys, this is Keonstitch. On today's video, we are going to be cutting a palazzo pant. As you can see it in the video, a palazzo pant with a pocket. If it is what you are interested in, just keep on watching as we continue. And this is you can use 2 yard or 1.5 yard of vintage material to cut this pant. As you can see, this vintage material is very difficult to work with. You need to be patient when working with it. So we are marking our starting line. From this starting line, we are going to mark 12 inch. We're marking 12 inch to determine the crouch length. To determine the crouch length. Just keep on watching, you'll get to understand it. You make sure that you get the 12 inch very correct. The wideness of the palazzo I'm working with is 14 inch. So you will mark 10 inch, just keep on watching, 10.75 inch on the waist and 10.75 inch on the crouch length. Then you can use your ruler to connect it. You now go on this line you drawn to mark 4.75 inch upward, as you can see in the video. Then you use your free hand to connect. Just keep on watching, you will understand what I'm doing. Okay, after that you are going to mark the full length of the palazzo pant you are cutting. The full length of this palazzo I'm cutting is 39 inches plus 2 inch for hemming, making it 41 inches. You make sure that you get that 41 inches correctly. Mark it at both sides. Just keep on watching, you get to understand. After that, you are going to mark 3 inch backward, as you can see me marking it in the video. Then you now connect. I'm using my tape to connect because I'm more comfortable using it than using my long ruler. Make sure you connect it very well, whether if you are using the tape as you see me doing it, or you'll be using your long ruler. You can still use your free hand to connect it, but use the ruler, it is more correct. Then you now cut off. All right, after cutting it, then you now separate the front part of the palazzo from the back. As you see me doing in the video, you slide open the palazzo to separate the front from the back, as you see me doing in the video. You now take off two pieces of the palazzo pants, as you can see me doing in the video. Then after that, you will mark 0.5 inch from the front part, as you can see in the video. 0.5 inch from the top to the bottom. 0.5 inch. This is vintage, it's very hard to work with. So you use your ruler to connect and cut it off. If you want to get your perfect palazzo pant, you need to be patient, with all these markings. You really want to get it perfectly. You now cut it off. Alright, after cutting it out, you go to the top part on the waist. As you can see me marking it, you mark 2 inch backward and you connect it with your ruler. You slant it, as you can see in the video. You slant, then you now cut it off. And after that, just be patient and keep watching. You mark 1 inch backward, as you see me marking it. Then you now connect it with, let me say, you're going to slant it. Yes, you're going to slant to connect it. Then you now use your scissors to cut it out. All this cutting and everything, marking and cutting, is for you to get it perfectly. Then you now mark the band. It will be marking 4 inch. 4 inches. Then after joining, if you join the 4 inch, you get 2 inch. From the 2 inch, ½ inch is for joining the band to the palazzo. Then the 1.5 inch is for the band, for you to fit in the rubber band, the 1 inch rubber band. As you can see, I've cut it out. Okay, to cut the pocket, we'll be using a pocket of length 10 inch, then the wideness of 7.5 inch. As you can see, the pocket, I mean the length, is not going to be enough for me to join it and cut it easily. So I really need to maneuver it in order to cut it out. So just keep on watching. You get to understand as you watch. This is one side of the pocket with 10-inch length. So we haven't determined the 7.5 inch. I just cut out the length. I just want to just maneuver because if I say I should cut it with the length, it's not going to be enough. So I need to maneuver to cut it out. So I'm cutting the other side of the pocket. Then after cutting both pockets, you make sure the length is okay. 10 inch. You now cut these rough edges. You cut it out because you do not need it for the pocket. You now cut it out. Then here we have 10 inches length. You see, 10 inches length. Then the wideness of 7.5 inch. 7.5. I just want to maneuver to cut it out because if I say I should cut it vertically, it will not be enough. So I need to maneuver, cut it out. Okay. Now connect, put the 7.5 upward and down. You connect and cut it. You cut the other side. All right, you can see we have cut out 4 pieces of the pocket. So just keep on watching to see what I'm going to be doing here in the video. You bring in those pockets that you have cut out. You place it down under the front part. This is the front part of the palazzo. So you make sure that the pocket is well placed so that we'll now get to have some parts bigger than the other. So you make sure you fit everything, as you can see in the video. You fit everything so that the shape of the pockets and the shape of the palazzo will be same. Now cut the excess. This part that is protruding, you cut it out. So that is it. You take off 2 pieces of the pocket. You take it out because you need to have that curve shape that you see in pockets. So we are going to determine that opening that you see around the pocket. You're going to mark 6 inches downward. Mark 6 inches as you can see in the video. Then you now come up on the waist. You mark 2 inches around the waist. I hope you are understanding. Then you now go in by ½ inch on the 6 inch that you have marked earlier. Then use your ruler to connect. Then you now cut it out. Mark you the 2 pieces of the pocket is under, so you are cutting them together. After you are done cutting it, then you now notch. This notching helps a lot so that you know which is which. Then you now collect the other 2 pieces of pocket and notch it too. Okay, after all the cuttings, you are going to go to the machine to connect the front part. And as you can see, I've done it. I did it on both the front piece and the back piece of the palazzo pant. So can you see it's very neat, and that is the front piece, and this is the back piece of the palazzo pant. This is the back piece. As you can see, it's very neat. So we are going to be working on the front piece. We're going to be fixing the pocket on the front piece. So just keep on watching. Make sure that you fit the pocket perfectly on the palazzo. You now use your pin to pin it to prevent it from moving when you are sewing it on the pocket. So you now pin both. Okay, you now went to the machine to sew. So as you can see me demonstrating it on the video. So after sewing it on the palazzo, then you now flip it back again. You flip, as you can see, just keep on watching in the video. You get to understand. It's very easy. It's not something very difficult. Just have it in your mind that from today you are going to be cutting your palazzo pants on your own. Okay, from this point you are going to be connecting the pockets, the two pieces of the pocket. Then you, as sure you are seeing it on the video, how I'm placing it and pinning it to prevent it from moving. Now fit it very well so that it doesn't move when you are sewing it. It's very easy, and especially for beginners. You will know how to sew your palazzo. Very easy and perfect. All right. You now pin the other side of the pocket. I believe from this stage, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for doing so. May God bless you. Make sure that you pin it very well to prevent it from moving when sewing. You now sew round. You sew round and you stop there. You sew this other round and you stop in the other edge. This is our front. This is our front piece of the palazzo pant. It's the pocket. As you can see, the pocket is well fit on the front piece. Then the next thing that we are going to do here is to bring our back piece of the palazzo to join them together. You join it together. Use your pin to pin it because it's a vintage. Pinning will help you to sew it perfectly. So consider pinning it. It will be very easy for you. Then you now sew both sides. Then you now sew this other side in the palazzo. the palazzo pant, you sew it. Right, after sewing them together, after joining the front and the back, you see what it looks like. And I also hem the bottom part of the palazzo pant. Okay, after that, the next thing that we'll be doing is to fit fix the band. Here is our round waist for the palazzo is 40 plus 1, it's making it 41. You divide 41 by 2, you have 20.5. This is 20.5 inch. The 1 inch there is to join the band together, leaving us with 40 inches round. You now join it together. After doing that, you can see how it looks now before joining the rubber band, before attaching the rubber band. This rubber band is 20 inches plus 2 inches, making it 22 inches. Now fit it in. Just be watching. I easily insert my band without stress, because if you don't insert it very well, you will see that it will bend inside. It will not be straight. So I have to be maneuvering, and I also left a hole that I will penetrate. I will penetrate. Sorry, I will insert the rubber band inside. As you can see, you make sure that the band is moving straight. Is not bending. Let it be moving directly without bending. You make sure that it is straight. Hope you understand. After that, you remove the pin. Then you now join the band and sew. Now we are going to push the band. After sewing it, we'll push the band inside as you can see me doing. And also remember, we still have that hole there. We will need to sew that hole that we're having there. Yes. After that, this is our palazzo pant. Hope you enjoy watching it. Thank you.